Okay, let's talk about where the smart money is going. And right now, all signs are pointing to one place: Africa. Global luxury capital is making a huge move. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly where it's landing and why now is the moment.
And look, this isn't just some passing trend, it's a fundamental shift. As luxury analyst Grace Mumo puts it, investment in Africa has gone from simple curiosity to a full blown calculated strategy. We're talking about intentional, strategic moves here.
So that really brings up the big questions, right? Where exactly is all this capital moving? And why is this happening now? What's the big deal? Well, let's get into it. All right, first things first. Why Africa? And why is this happening right now? Well, to really get it, you've got to understand what's happening globally. The entire luxury world is kind of hitting a reset button, and that's forcing investors to hunt for new places to grow. And this really lays it all out. On one side, you've got your traditional luxury markets, Europe, North America, and their growth is, well, it's slowing down, it's maturing. But then you look at Africa, and it's a completely different story. It's firing on all cylinders. We're talking huge demographic growth, incredible cultural momentum, and cities that are just expanding like crazy. If you're an investor looking for a return, it's pretty obvious where you need to look next. Grace Mumo really hits the nail on the head here. She says Africa represents one of the last major growth frontiers for luxury. Think about that. It's not just another option on a list. It's one of the final, big, untapped opportunities out there. Okay, so let's get specific. Let's pull up the map, because this capital isn't just being sprinkled everywhere. No, it's highly concentrated. It's flowing into these really powerful urban hubs. And here they are. These are the luxury hotspots we're seeing emerge. We're talking about major players like Lagos, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Nairobi, Marrakesh, Accra, and Kigali. Now, these aren't just random cities. Each one is a total magnet for luxury, with this perfect mix of money, culture, tourism, and crucially, the infrastructure to handle all this high-end investment. At the end of the day, money follows confidence. It's that simple. And what we're seeing here is a huge vote of confidence in the future of these specific cities. The capital is literally flowing to where the action is, where things are stable, dynamic, and growing. But okay, let's zoom in even more. What sectors are getting all this cash? This dashboard gives us the inside scoop. Fashion? Yeah, it's rising for sure. But look at the heavy hitters. Hospitality is high, and real estate, especially things like branded residences, is rated very high. But the real headline here? Look at experiential tourism. It's just exploding. That tells you everything you need to know about where investor priorities are shifting. And this quote just drives that point home. It's not just about buying a fancy product anymore. The real money, the strongest investment proposition, is in the experience. We're talking about those one-of-a-kind hotels, incredible safaris, exclusive cultural events. Investors aren't just betting on a handbag, they're betting on the memory. Now, this next part, this might be the most important piece of the entire puzzle. Who is actually funding all of this? For so long, the story was always about foreign investors. Well, you can throw that story out. It's completely out of date. We are seeing the rise of a whole new kind of investor, the African investor. Just look at this chart. It tells you everything. A massive chunk of this capital is coming from right there on the continent, from local entrepreneurs, and importantly, a huge wave of investment from the diaspora. So this isn't just about outside money trying to get a piece of the pie. This is internal capital, building its own future. And that is the fundamental shift we've been talking about. Africa's luxury scene is no longer being defined from the outside in. It is being built from the inside out. This is a story about economic self-determination, and it's creating a foundation that's way more authentic and, frankly, way more sustainable. So, what's the big takeaway here for global brands and investors who are watching this? Let's tie it all together. The way Africa is talked about in boardrooms around the world, it's changing. And man, is it changing fast. And really, this one sentence says it all. For decades, any conversation about investing in Africa was all about risk. How do we manage the risk? Well, that whole equation has been flipped on its head. With the market moving this fast, and with so much internal capital driving it, the biggest risk now isn't getting in. The biggest risk is getting in too late and being left behind. So here's the bottom line. Africa isn't just some opportunity market to put on a list for someday. No,
It is quickly becoming a priority market. It's a strategic necessity for any global luxury brand that seriously wants to be a part of where future growth is coming from.
And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. All the pieces are falling into place, the money is flowing in, the race is officially on. So the question isn't if this is going to be Africa's luxury decade. The real question is, who's going to be the one to define it and lead it?